Hello, I'm STEK Michael. We're back at Blue Star Auto Salon in Everett, Washington. And we're here again for a special project. Now this truck behind me is gonna get another STEK makeover, but it's a little bit different than you might be thinking. Yes, it's white paint, but this is gonna be the first truck or vehicle to get our DYNOwhite-matte Paint Protection Film. And why would we do an opaque white film when we already have the white paint? Well, our DYNOwhite-matte has a lot more metallic flake in it than this GMC does from the factory. It's also a little bit of a brighter white, so it is gonna bring a little bit more of a contrast, a little bit more bedazzle, if you will, to this truck as a whole. And this thing just recently got picked up. They're gonna be throwing on different wheels, tires, tricking it out, making it look good. And so the first step is to protect that paint and make sure it's good for all those miles down the road or off the road it might see. Check it out. I want to bring you guys back to go a little deeper into the details. Now we have the front door done in our DYNOwhite-matte next to the factory white paint on this GMC. Now, even from a distance, you can see that our DYNOwhite is a little bit brighter than the factory white paint, and that's saying something. We have a couple other white cars in the shop, and this OEM paint is even brighter than those, which means our DYNOwhite-matte is really standing out. Now, some of that's from the metallic flake, giving it just a little bit more, almost iridescence, helping it pop out and be super bright. But the other reason is, as a paint protection film, you get a little bit more depth than you do with a lot of alternatives. And that means it can even enhance that paint surface. But when compared to traditional vinyl wraps, there's a whole lot more going on, a whole lot more to love than vinyl. Now, one of those things is just the overall durability. The whole name of paint protection film that explains it, this is protecting the surface underneath. It's from a TPU, or thermoplastic polyurethane material, which is a lot more durable than a PVC plastic that most vinyls and traditional wraps are made out of. Now that material, being more durable, is gonna stop the vast majority of rock chips versus get those punctures through the film. It's also gonna protect from light surface scratches from ever getting to that paint underneath. Now, part of that protection is also given through the top coat. The top coat is this layer on top of that TPU plastic that vinyls don't have, and it provides hydrophobics and the ability to self-heal those light scratches. That technology really makes it easier to care for and keep this film looking as good as possible for up to 10 or 12 years, even if you're ceramic coating it. So overall, the aesthetic's a lot nicer, but the durability is a lot nicer. It's a little bit more expensive. It's a little bit harder to install, according to some, compared to vinyl. And that's why we do have a professional-only network. But if you want the best possible look for your vehicle, install it to the best quality possible, then go with STEK's a no-brainer, and it's gonna be worth that investment. And it's a new day, but we're back with the same new truck. Now the DYNOwhite matte has been getting laid down very nicely on the truck. We're just about done. We have to reassemble and tuck some final edges there. But before we do that, we're gonna apply our final coat. Now final coat is STEK's ceramic coating, specifically designed to be highly compatible with our already hydrophobic paint protection films. So that means the application is gonna go a little bit better, but it's also gonna bond to that film surface better than most other coatings on the market. Now this coating has a 3-year manufacturer's warranty and comes with a very nice little metal warranty card and care instructions. And if you follow those care instructions, you'll probably get more than 3 years out of it, upwards of maybe say 5 to 7. Now this final coat is also compatible with painted surfaces or the plastic trim, even wheels. So it's kind of a one-trick pony that can do a little bit of everything, but specifically designed again for our paint protection films to be a perfect complement. Now, because we are going to ceramic coat this DYNOwhite, that moves the warranty from 10 years up to 12, and that's going to be the case for any of our DYNOseries films. So if you're doing a full body installation, you want a little bit more warranty with that paint protection film, install the final coat and bump that up to 12 years. Now, let's let these guys get back to work. So we were able to find some white vinyl and we have the DYNOwhite-matte right next to it. And you can already see the difference that we were talking about earlier. There's quite a bit more orange peel. I'll give you guys a little bit of a close up there. This is the vinyl, no brand name there that will disclose. And then this is STEK's PPF. So side by side, you can already see that the texture of this guy is a lot stronger. There's a lot more orange peel. And this guy's a whole lot smoother. Yes, this is gloss, this is matte, but doesn't make that big of a difference in terms of the orange peel we're gonna get. We also cut a couple strips out, one of the vinyl and one of the paint protection film, to show you guys a little bit of that elasticity we're talking about that you get with the TPU-based PPF versus on a vinyl. So I'm gonna pull off the backing paper here and we're gonna stretch it, see how far we can stretch it and what that breaking point for the vinyl is. So this is an air channel adhesive here. This is the PVC-based vinyl. And if I stretch it, I don't have to try very hard at all, and it tears just like that. And I'm not the world's strongest man, but when it comes to the PPF, I think we're gonna struggle a little bit more. So now we're peeling off the backing paper on the PPF. Bear with me. And we're gonna try the same thing. And no, this is not a scientific test. Sure, I could be pulling harder on the vinyl than say the PPF, but I'm not. I'm gonna give it the same amount of force and it just stretches easily, doesn't pull. So let's see how hard I have to pull to make it break. And that's, I mean, we can keep going, let's see. Ugh, all right, we finally got that. So yes, absolutely, paint protection film is gonna be more durable. Yes, it looks better too. And the other caustic test we see is a little bit of a puncture test. So we're gonna poke some things into the PPF, poke some things into the vinyl, and see how much force that takes before we get through the film. We're gonna start with a not very sharp object. This is a little edge tuck tool here, and pull off the backing paper to give it a fair comparison, and then see how much force that takes. All right, I'm not sure how to do this with one hand, but we'll figure it out. So I'll reposition myself here. We got the edge tuck tool. That was pretty doable, not gonna lie, not very hard. Let's do it again. It's kind of like just tearing it apart, sticking your thumb through it. And let's do the same thing on the PPF. So, same edge of the edge tuck tool there, or same side. And let's see what we can do. All right, we're bending the tool, pretty much just pushing my thumb into it at this point. And we're not even close to through it. So we might need something a little bit sharper. Let's see if we can get this through. No dice. All right, let's find a screwdriver. We'll bring you guys back. And we're back. We found a screwdriver. It's your standard Phillips. So we're gonna poke it through the vinyl, which I'm pretty sure it's gonna go right through. And then we're gonna probably get it through the PPF as well, but see what a difference it is. So let me pull this vinyl back up, find a new corner, and same technique here. So you guys can see, thumb at the bottom of the screwdriver, rotating it in, and that's not hard at all, I'll be honest. So now we're gonna take the DYNOwhite-matte. We kind of stuck it together on accident, but let's find this fresh corner up here. Same position with the thumb, gonna rotate it in, and it went through. But it definitely took more force, and if I wanna continue the tear, it's doable, but not nearly as doable. So PPF, it's a lot more durable than vinyl, and it's gonna get you a lot better look on your car, truck, SUV, whatever it may be as well. So that's another reason to color change with, say, STEK's fashion films, our colored PPFs, versus a colored vinyl. But you're gonna see me in there thanks to our NEX or Next Series 15%. But we wanted to come out here and show more than just the tint. This truck has gotten completed in the new DYNOwhite-matte, and it looks super, super good. Now, we talked about the white being a little bit brighter than the factory GMC paint, and now that we have a little bit of sunshine out, wanted to take outside and show you guys just how bright it is popping. It came together really nicely. They turned the turn blinkers from the orange that came with factory into white to kind of match the full thing. But they went over the top and even put the DYNOwhite on the emblems up front and made sure this thing's as seamless as possible. Now, if I had a little bit of water, you guys could get a sense for that, but if you can hear just how slick this is. So with the final coat applied on top, it is extremely slick. And Steven, the owner of the truck I was talking to earlier, said this is one of the slickest things he's ever felt, and he's been in this industry for a long time. So if you don't believe us, try it out for yourself. The DYNOseries with the final coat on top is kind of a match made in heaven. All in all, truck turned out great. Let's go ahead and check it out as we show you some more close-ups.